there, guys. Come on in, of course, for a pre-workout review by us, the Review Bros. It's myself, it's Aaron, and today, of course, 2026, and we're in with another pre-workout review. We're not gonna ever let you down. We always keep our reviews honest because we wanna help you genuinely get towards your fitness goals. And when better to do that than at the start of a new year. So happy new year. Today, we're getting into this pre-workout, which actually looks very good on the label. It's called HAVOK by the guys at Built Better Nutrition. And we actually do have Gym Power to thank for sending this one on over. And historically, they've sent us a lot of products. Of course, they're a retailer, so they're not aligned with just one brand. They sell multiple products, not just pre-workouts, but a huge range of pre-workouts. Now I'm going to be breaking this one down into the usual components of any review. It's the taste, it's the price, it's the label, and the real world effects of using this one. And in return, all we ask is a small ask. It doesn't cost you a penny. It's a thumbs up. It's your subscription to the channel for more future reviews, and any comments you have down below to help the algorithm. If you can do any one of those three, we will be eternally grateful. Let's now get into HAVOK now. Okay, so in with that first segment, taste and mixability. I always cover it first because I think it's the least important. Ultimately, you're not there to sip your pre-workout by the swimming pool. You're there just to get it down the neck instantly, get down the gym. However, there are great pre-workouts that also taste great. This comes in two flavors that I can see on the Gym Power website. It comes in Chaotic Cherry, but the one we've got for the sake of today's review is the other flavor. It's Strawberry Sherbet Cyclone, which I don't know. Look, I keep an open mind. I wouldn't say I'm a huge strawberry fan. It's quite a rare flavor, actually. Now, it is one of these 40, 20 serving containers, 2 scoops for the maximum serve. We all do that. I'll be surprised. Most of us do that anyway. Maybe not all, but most. In goes 1. In goes 2, and it does have a very strawberry-esque smell, along with, I don't know, some background smell. I'm not too sure. Anyway, what I will say is you need more water because it is quite a big serving size when you do 2 scoops, 24 grams of it. So, yeah, be prepared for strawberry attack, I think. Hardly any frothing. Mixability isn't the greatest. I can see a lot of swirling around in there. And I'll show you on the bottom what I mean by that. It's a strange powder. It's not a typical powder. It's almost like fibers rather than powder. Let me show you. If we can get some focusing on that, I am not sure, but hopefully you get the gist. Now, let's do it. Let's get it down the neck. It's actually not bad. Definitely got that strawberry there, but it's actually quite a nice amount of sherbet coming through, which changes it to more like a sweet candy-esque flavour than a fruit, which I personally like. I really have no complaints about the pre. There is an ever so slightly strangeness to it, but my score is going to represent my overall thoughts. 7.5 out of 10. It's definitely manageable. It's actually not bad. I wouldn't be offended by drinking it. Now let's move into the money and see how much this is setting us back. Okay, so how much is this pre-workout HAVOK gonna set you back? Well, of course, only right to send you over to the people that sent it to us. It's Gym Power, known for having a lot of pre-workouts on their site. They're a retailer not aligned with one brand. Therefore, you can see this product there for £29.99. However, the discount code ReviewBros knocks off 10% off of any product on the website, so this included. And therefore, it comes in at £26.99. As I mentioned in the taste segment, it's a 40 or 20 serving container, but for the sake of consistency and what I personally believe will be the majority usage, will be the 2 scoops. It'll be the 20 servings. There won't be that many people that go half serve. Therefore, do the math, divide it up by that £26.99, and it comes in at £1.35 per go. Now, where does that fall on our consistent price and scale where a 5 out of 10 is average? A 6.5 out of 10. So it is cheaper than your average pre-workout out there on the market. So that's a thumbs up. What's it pack? The next 2 elements, right, of course, determine whether that's still worth that price point or not. Let's move into one of those, being the label now. Okay, so we're into the label, and I'll just say, look, I've had a look at it just now prior to getting this bit reviewed. It's good. It's actually really good, considering it's a, I'm going to be real with you, it's an unknown pre-workout. I've never heard anyone mention it. When it turned up on the doorstep, I didn't know about it. Anyway, we're going by the maximum serving, 24 grams in this flavor at the least, 2 scoops. We start off with 8 grams of pure L-citrulline. That is a really good dose for nitric oxide production and the pumps in the gym. Beta-alanine at the clinical 3.2 grams for the beta tingle, the itchy paresthesia effect that affects the body, almost like an allergic reaction feel. It gives people that placebo sense of urgency and the time to kick in for the pre-workout. Tyrosine at a mega 3 grams, amino acid responsible for cognition and clarity and mood elevation. That is a good dose, 3 times normal, I'd say. Taurine at 2 grams, again, a good dose, another amino acid responsible for hydration, athletic performance, natural energy production, focus, pumps. It's a bit of everything, jack of all trades. Vitacholine at 1 gram next, a good dose, of course, choline, working with the tyrosine for focus and concentration benefits. Theobromine, 500, that's a mega dose, mood elevation, energy type pre-workout ingredient. I like to see it. Fat burning effect on the side note. Caffeine anhydrous at a 400 milligram dosage, that's big, guys. 4 cups of coffee, straight into you as an energy source. Caglia africana at a 10-to-1 ratio, 300. That's been likened to a natural DMHA for euphoria, energy, stimulation, focus, central nervous stimulation, all of that side. And the same can be said for the Juglans walnut, also at 300 for mental clarity and stimulation. NeuroPEA, working of course with the other focus ingredients, focus benefits, getting you dialed in. We're talking actually laser-like focus from the label on this pre-workout. I'm excited. An extra 200, a cousin to caffeine, stimulation, energy, background effects. Caffeine citrate Infinergy, that's got to be a mistake because caffeine, I don't know what one it is. I'm going to guess it's Infinergy because caffeine citrate's the fast one. Caffeine Infinergy is the slow one, so it's got to be mislabeled because well, I don't even know unless Infinergy have also trademarked caffeine citrate, which is the first time I've ever seen that. I've just seen it on the label whilst reading it to you, so maybe I'm wrong. If it's caffeine citrate, it's fast energy, but the only reason I mention that is because later on we've got decaffeine malate, which is the slower one. So what we might have here is a trifactor of caffeine, a fast source, a medium source, and a slow source. Now, of course, what that does is keep it linear in the training session, and it's something we as Review Bros released a few years ago, the trifactor of caffeine. I love it. L-theanine, 100. Not too high of a dose for the haters because it's a blanket to stimulants, calms things down. Sometimes not what you want in a pre, but 100 milligrams against, we're talking like 500 or 600 caffeine here. I'd say that's respectable. Wrapping off the label then, as we've already talked about, the caffeine malate, the estrogen, 35 for the absorption and digestion of the ingredients within that 30-minute window before training commences. Important. I gotta say, guys, for a label, I really would put it at top tier. It's got everything you want. Pumps, focus, energy, all at really good levels. This could be very good. Let's move into the effects now. Okay, we're there. We've landed at the effects segment. The most important part of any review is HAVOK. It's by Built a Better Nutrition, sent kindly to us by Gym Power, known for stocking a lot of good pre-workouts. This pre-workout is a difficult one to review in terms of effects, but we will get there. Now, I start the journey at the beginning like I normally do. The beta-alanine comes in nicely on this pre-workout, probably to an as expected level. 8 out of 10 on the tingle scale. A sense of urgency, time to get moving. What comes in is a smooth, clean, but upper echelon level of energy. It is enough energy to push you through any training day. Very important to say. Pumps, also good. You do get nasty pumps in the gym. Everything feels contractional, perhaps with a sense of mind to muscle connection as a result of the focus ingredients here. Good. Third element we look for, the one that I've just touched on anyway, the focus, probably the best part about this pre-workout. I felt dialed into training. It was really nice, with a sense almost of productivity and even perhaps mood elevation. Now, the funny thing is, I felt more of that after training than during training, which was strange. I kind of got home and I just wanted to crack on with things still. I just crushed legs. I was just wanting to get other bits done, whether it be shopping for the week, cleaning the flat up, cracking on with some work bits, doing some review inbox pieces and comments and all the rest of it. So it gives that sense of almost a mood elevation productivity. So what I'm going to say about this pre-workout is it is solid, right? In each area, which is an all-round package. Energy, pumps and focus, the trifactor of those three, all coming at you with no negatives, no thermogenic sweats, no breathlessness, no flu-like symptoms, no crash, no nausea. It just does really well. I would call this a top level pre-workout in terms of doing everything for you. Now, here's where I'm going to sound probably harsher than I should, harsher than I want to, but I've used this one several times. I would say it is a few percent behind my expectations on the label, and I'm struggling actually to pinpoint why. The label is fantastic. The pre is very good. It's ever so slightly behind, perhaps, and that might be, I'm surmising here because I don't know where they've built this pre-workout. Perhaps some of the sourcing of some of the ingredients isn't as efficient, perhaps, as some other manufacturers. I really don't know. All I know is that each time I've used it, I've expected a bit more. Perhaps because of the jugglers, the neuro-PEA, the Keglia, I was expecting almost euphoric DMHA floaty apps. I feel like I was expecting another level perhaps in terms of energy, and it's ever so slightly behind. It's important, I must know, it's still a very good pre-workout. It's just not I expected, genuinely, I expected DMHA vibes. That is what I expected from the label, DMHA vibes. It wasn't there, but it's a very good pre. And what I will say, actually, it's very important I touch on it now because I almost forgot, and it's probably very relevant to the last minute of this review segment. The price point is still so worth it. I do think you are getting a very good deal here. If this pre-workout was 40 quid a tub, I'd be complaining a lot heavier. But where it's only £1.35 per go, it is absolutely well worth that price point. So perhaps that's why it's at that price point. Do you get where I'm coming from? I would recommend it at that. So head on over to Gym Power. Well done, Built Bodies, for producing it. What do you think if you've used it? Of course, let us know down in the comments below. Importantly, the most important line of all, as always, stay stimmed HAVOK style.